Good evening. Today is Thursday, April 16th, and thank you for tuning in to Ashland Tonight News. Here's a look at today's top stories.
The bookstore is at it again. Find out how you can get a discount on your next set of textbooks. And 5 lucky AU students were selected as finalists for an accounting competition. Find out what this means for AU.
Are Ashland student jobs being affected by the economy? Stay tuned to see what AU students had to say. And if you missed the game show, Who Knows You Best, hosted by the College of Education, don't worry. We have that footage that you don't want to miss. I'm Brittany Lee.
And I'm Molly Fradiani. It's all coming up next, only on Ashland Tonight News.
Welcome back. Chairman and Chief Executive Official of Invacare Corporation, Maximilian III, stopped by AU to speak to students and faculty members about how to become a successful entrepreneur. Mixon's lecture was part of the 5th annual Burton D. Morgan Entrepreneur Lecture. The luncheon was held in the John C. Myers Convocation Center. The presentation was titled Life of an Entrepreneur and was based on Mixon's real-life experiences with Invacare. The company is now the world's leading manufacturer and distributor of medical products used in many homes. According to Mixon, his advice to students is to get out into the world and gain experience in the business world because it is important to be patient and pay one's dues.
We sent our very own TV2 reporter Keith Yoder to find out if AU students' campus jobs are being affected by the economy.
Campus jobs are part of life for many students here at AU. Working at places such as Tuffy's or the Rec Center has been an important part of many students' time here at school.
I think it's really important. If nothing else, it helps me manage my time better because I know I have to get things done because I have to work and I don't have the opportunity to do it while I'm here. It also just gives me sort of a feeling like I'm accomplishing something outside of the classroom.
Yeah, it's actually pretty important to me because it's the only job I hold on campus, and that's how I have to pay for things around here. I don't have a job back at home that I go home on the weekends, so it's my only source of income.
Even with all the budget cuts on campus, student jobs have not been affected very much so far.
The jobs really haven't been too much affected by the economy and by the budget.
The hours have actually been cut back this year. We don't work weekends anymore, and we close a little bit earlier during the week, so that's something that has been cut back, but we don't really see it in our hours because there's a couple people that have left, and so we just pick up their hours.
Since jobs are not being cut, students may wonder, how do they get a job here on campus? Students who want to work at the Rec Center need to act soon. The deadline is just around the corner.
We have lots of positions available. Every year we hire about 30 employees, so if someone is looking for a job for this upcoming fall, we are a great place to come to. Again, the applications are due on Friday, April 17th, and we'll conduct interviews that following week. But we do offer positions all throughout the school year, so if the fall isn't a time when you're looking for, we also look for winter break, spring semester, and summer. So we're constantly offering opportunities.
Not only does working at the Rec Center offer a source of income, it is a great way for students to learn other life lessons.
When you come into work, and if you work for our department, we are trying to teach you life lessons. You know, if it is about time management, about supervision, about conflict management, working with other employees, all those different things we hope to help to shape the employee once they leave here. So for us, our main focus is developing them as a person and being ready for life after graduation.
So get out there and get yourself a job. Reporting for TV2, I'm Keith Yoder.
5 Ashland University students have been selected as finalists for their case presentation to the Institute of Management Accountants competition. The group consists of seniors Tiana Daup, Alyssa Strayer, and juniors Carrie Miles, Jessica Smith, and Christy Bauscher. They got involved in the competition through Dr. Victoria Caskey's Fall 2008 Managerial Accounting course. The second round judging is underway now and will be announced by April 30th. If the students are selected in the top 4, they will travel to Denver, Colorado to present their case live at the Institute of Management Accountants' 90th Annual Conference and Exhibition. This is the first time AU students have ever been selected as finalists.
Want to know how you can get discounts on your next set of textbooks? Well, TV2's Dan Eisenhower has that story.
The bookstore on campus is the main source of supplies for students, but some of the students aren't happy with the prices.
The bookstore just helped me realize that there's better options out there, if anything, because I'll go and I'll look and I'll compare the prices to the bookstore and to Amazon. If the bookstore is cheaper, I'll get the books there. If not, I'll get them off of Amazon. Sometimes they will have cheaper prices, other times they won't.
With a struggling economy, Ashland University's bookstore has found a way to help its students.
Well, I think with how much, books cost and how the economy is right now, that it helps a lot because, being a college student and paying so much for tuition, it's always good to have, any little help that you do. So the 5% is very helpful for juniors and 10% for seniors.
The new discount in place allows students that are juniors and seniors to have a 5 to 10% discount on textbook purchases this fall. All this is an effort to help students find cheaper prices and to help AU's total revenue.
As a junior, with the new policy, we'll get 5% off books. So I think that will help us to maybe buy books at the bookstore instead of online, because we may get cheaper prices, and that would be very helpful. And I think that being able to go in before the semester to buy books, like in the summer, is very helpful because you don't feel rushed to get your books.
Now that this policy is in place, the bookstore will be restocking its shelves for summer and next fall's classes. Reporting for TV2, I'm Dan Eisenhower.
The International Club hosted a World Cafe on Botswana in the Eagle's Nest. The speaker for the World Cafe was Sister Olaredo Menhende, and she showed a PowerPoint presentation and then began speaking about her home country. Botswanian food was also available for everyone to try.
Do you know who knows you best? Well, the College of Education Shar Scholars wanted to know that very same question. They hosted a fast-paced this or that game for best friends, roommates, teammates, and couples, trying to test their knowledge of one another. The event entry fee was $2, and all proceeds went toward their community service event of helping sponsor the Dale Roy School.
Socks or barefoot? TV2's Tyler Shea has the latest on what they are calling Kill Hefner floor wars. Let's take a look at what Kill Hefner has been up to.
Kill Hefner Hall, tugged, dodged, and devoured for the chance to be Floor Wars champions. The residents are divided into teams by floor, and there are 5 different events. Points are given out to the top 3 teams of each event. After all of the events are over, the floor with the most points wins. Many of the hall residents participated in the competition.
I have to say overall it turned out well for us. I think we estimated having like 65 people there, so it was a good turnout for the hall, and I think except for us not winning, everything went smoothly.
Residents participated in the caber toss, truck push, tug of war, dodgeball, and a relay race. After the first 2 events, the competition migrated to the rec center for the first time in the 3 years of having the event.
We just decided that we'd have it inside just due to the fact that the weather wasn't going to cooperate with us. So.
In the rec center, the tug of war and the dodgeball tournament were held. The 2nd and 4th floor were the top 2 participants in the competition. The 4th floor dominated the tug of war, but the 2nd floor struck back, beating the 4th floor in the finals of the dodgeball tournament. The relay race would decide who would win this year's Floor Wars. But this race was not just any ordinary relay race. Runners would have to eat a variety of different foods, such as Peeps, donuts, eggs, popsicles, and a cottage cheese.
After the runners ate their food, they would then have to run up these 6 flights of stairs, down the hallway, and fly down the other 6.
The 3rd floor made a surprising charge to the front during the donut eating portion of the race.
So what I decided to do was go with the 2 donut system. 7 total donuts. and it worked out well. At one point, I think I had 3 donuts in my mouth at one time, and they were delicious.
The second floor rallied back and took the lead with the Anchor Cottage Cheese Lap. This clinched the competition for the second floor, making them the 3-time Floor Wars champions. The second floor will go for 4 in a row next spring. For Ashland's TV2 News, I am Tyler Shea.
Do you need to finish some of your core classes this summer? Would you like an exciting way to fill those core requirements? Well, the Germany program has something for you. Those details are next and coming up. We'll tell you the winner of the 2009 Small Business Award. You don't want to miss it.
And hear how one little boy decided to give back after a local bank was robbed, and a crash leaves one man dead and another in critical condition. That coming up next. Stay tuned.
Whoops. Sorry. I must have inherited my driving skills from my birth mom.
I don't know about that, but you definitely got her hair and eyes.
What about her vision?
Vision?
Yeah, she had the vision to choose you and Mom to be my parents, didn't she?
You got a point. Okay, pull forward, let's try it again. And this time, try using some of that vision, huh?
Adoption. It's about love.
Whoa.
A message from LDS Family Services.
Living with diabetes is the pits. When I wake up, the first thing I have to do is check my blood sugar. I just want to feel like all the other kids without pricking my fingers or injecting myself with insulin.
Diabetes is rough on my whole family.
When I was diagnosed, my mom couldn't stop crying. But imagine a cure.
Right now, as many as 3 million children and adults are living with type 1 diabetes. They will never outgrow it. Some will face complications like kidney failure, blindness, and heart disease. That's why the science the Juvenile Diabetes Research Foundation is supporting is so critical. Imagine a cure.
Do you need to fill any core classes? Well, you should consider participating in the 2010 Germany program. For 3 weeks, you will study in Wittenberg, Germany with AU faculty, get 2 core courses out of the way, and experience a new culture through everyday life and travel excursions. If you are an education major, you will get the opportunity to visit a German classroom and experience firsthand the education system of another country. So if you would like a chance to travel while earning core credits, please plan to attend the interest meeting.
And the AAU physical plant has recently changed their name. I went out and got the details of this story. Take a look.
I don't really know what the physical plant is. The first thing that comes to my head is the guys that do landscaping and clean up the campus and fix the heaters in the rooms.
A recent name change for AAU's physical plant is geared to make their department easier to use.
They feel that people don't know what a building service worker does or what building services actually does, and they feel like the name change will make people more aware of what we're doing.
Now called the Facilities Management and Planning Department, the new name went in effect on March 4th and is meant to be a better marketing tool.
We thought facilities management and planning spoke more truly to what we actually do here.
The department specializes in jobs from housekeeping and custodial work to vehicle maintenance. The work of the department does not end there. All the painting, plumbing, and electrical work is done by campus staff, but now it's time for a name upgrade.
Physical plant is a term that's been used for a long time, but it's lost its meaning with a lot of the people here on campus. Students that come in that haven't been part of campus didn't really know what it meant. They weren't sure if they were calling the right place.
The change seems to be a common trend for colleges around the country.
A physical plant is still a term that's used out there in the industry, but a lot of the different universities around are moving to more facilities planning or facilities management, more accurately, again, relating what they do on their campuses as well.
Over the next few months, the logo will be the only real change for the department.
As a physical plant worker, I don't think it's going to change anything as far as what I do.
Over time, we'll eventually be changing our signage around campus. The decals that we have on our uniforms and so forth will change as time permits. I know my front office staff are answering the phones now with facilities management planning. It took them a couple days to get used to saying it.
Reporting for Ashland 2 Night News, I'm Brittany Lee.
The Ashland Chamber of Commerce named the winner of the Small Business of the Year Award. The Chamber of Commerce held a banquet at Ashland University's John C. Myers Convocation Center. This is where they announced Companions of Ashland Home Care and Nurse Aid Training Center, the Small Business of the Year. The Small Business Award honors a company that continues to grow, takes an innovative approach to doing business, treats its employees well, and is a good member of the community. Companions, which offers home health care assistance for clients and regional nurses aid training, employs 92 people and trains people from all over the state. The owner, Tiffany Berenson, was very gracious for the award.
When a local boy heard about a robbery at the National City Bank on Claremont Avenue, he decided to take action and help out. 7-year-old Sammy Hoschel was at the Ashland branch with his mom Lynn the day of the robbery. After seeing the police cars outside the building and not fully understanding the situation, the little boy decided to give back by donating his money to the bank. Sammy went home and wrote a letter and enclosed $2 and a note that said he was sorry that the robber took the bank's money. So he was giving them his birthday money. National City workers were so impressed, they decided to send Sammy a thank you gift. The manager of Ashland Branch, Tyler Bishko, stopped by Sammy's house and presented him with a blue National City Bank piggy bank.
A Mansfield man's trip to Florida ended terribly when he crashed his motorcycle. Gregory Lewis and his wife Bonnie were driving on a freeway in Florida when they veered across 2 inside lanes and crashed into a concrete barrier. They were then thrown over the wall on impact and fell over 4 stories to the ground. Gregory Lewis died at the scene, but emergency crews were able to resuscitate Bonnie on the way to the hospital. She was taken into surgery on Monday morning and listed in critical condition. The sun shines back, but for how long? Stay tuned to hear Leland the Weatherman Gottlieb with our weather update.
I joined the National Guard and never thought I'd be saving lives.
I never thought I'd have such an impact on my community.
It's more than money for college. It's built my character and given me a sense of accomplishment.
Citizen soldiers have 2 missions. One is right here at home during emergencies.
The Guard opened the door for me. Now I'm on a career path and I'm the leader of my team. When your country calls, you go, proudly.
I put on the uniform and I have a whole new outlook on life. Country, community, family. That's what matters most to me. If that matters to you, go to 1-800-GO-GUARD.com.
Even when I was a young boy, I knew how important music was to our family.
Stop. Eddie. You're still off key, son.
It broke my heart. Why was I different?
Let's do it again.
My father smiled. Our family is like our music, he told me. There's a part for everybody.
When you really listen, love is what they'll hear. From the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints.
Welcome back to Ashland 2 Night News. I'm Leland, the Weatherman Gottlieb, bringing you,
Ashland's weather? Well, it is April and time for those showers, and we have seen just that. But it is now finally starting to let up. Let's take a look at the maps and see what's going on. We have a high pressure system which is moving into our area. And with that, we're seeing sinking air and cool air, but we also have some sunshine. So we're going to see those temperatures start to moderate today. However, as we take a look to the west, we can see not one, not two, but 3 low pressure systems. And these will combine and form a superstorm and head in our direction later this weekend, probably by Sunday. But let's talk about those temperatures right now. We can see around the region that we're starting to moderate finally from that cool snap we saw, and temperatures are in the 50s and even 60s down in Columbus. Here in Ashland, we're sitting at 59 degrees, and it will moderate even more so tomorrow. Now let's take a look at that big system to the west and see what's going on. And we can see that the precipitation forecast is heavy snow and heavy rain. We won't see snow here because it's obviously spring and it's too warm and the sky is too high up in the sky. But we will see the rain move into the area, and we could see some pretty hefty totals by next week. Now let's take a look at that all-important 3-day forecast, and we can see that Friday and Saturday will be absolutely gorgeous, so get out and enjoy it. But Sunday looks like a little bit of a washout. That's all I have for weather. Here's Laura Roberts with sports.
Thanks, Lee. The weather has finally become baseball appropriate, and we can only hope that it will continue on. Speaking of streaks, Ashland's baseball team has one of their own. Going into last Thursday, the Eagles had won 7 in a row, including 10 of their first 11. Tiffin was the first team that challenged the streak, visiting for a 3-game series last Thursday. In the first game, Eric Peretz found a way to score a run 3 times and behind the strong pitching performance by Brian Longjack. The Eagles started with a 12-10 victory. The teams then waited until Saturday, or Easter Eve, to finish their series with a doubleheader. The first game was extra innings nail-biter, tied at 7 going into 8 innings as Austin Ritson delivered a game-winning single that brought home Josh Kirsten. The second game also titled Ashland's favor as they completed the sweep with a 9-6 victory. After Tiffin, they dealt with struggling Hillsdale and handed them easily in a 2-game series, 12-5 and 8-5. Ben Menard went 4 of 8 during the series and also brought back another award to Ashland, winning the GLIAC Player of the Week. The wins brought the conference leading to 17-2 record in the conference and 32-8 overall. Although the men have found a lot of success, would the women be able to find the same destiny? The softball team began with a road trip which included a 2-game series against Wayne State, Saginaw Valley, and Hillsdale. After a dominant pitching performance by Brunswick's Emmeline Kiram in the first game, Ashland scored runs and completed a 2-game sweep of Wayne State. In that first game, Kiram pitched a complete game shutout in the 1-0 victory. They then traveled to Saginaw, where they split series by dropping their first game and retaliating in the second. To finish off the trip, the softball team went to Hillsdale to sweep the Chargers with a pair of 1-0 victories. The softball team finished the trip with a 5-1 record, which compiles a 25-9 overall record and a 13-3 conference mark. The baseball team is currently playing a doubleheader in Findlay, while the softball team returns to action on Saturday versus Grand Valley. Both teams are looking to solidify a spot in the postseason. Speaking of the postseasons, the Columbus Blue Jackets traveled to Detroit to play the Red Wings in the first Jackets playoff game ever. The face-off is at 7 o'clock on Versus. That's all for sports this week, and let's hope we can keep the good streaks going.
We have seen the faces of suffering in Sudan, in Darfur. Hundreds of thousands killed, more than 2 million people torn from their homes, exiles in their own country, forced into camps of hunger and isolation. But we have seen the strength of a mother's hands. We have seen the hope in a child's face. Catholic Relief Services is on the ground, in the camps, providing the basics of life: food, water, shelter. The need is urgent. The choice we face is simple: watch as another chapter of tragedy is added to human history, or act now to stop the dying and keep alive the promise of a better future. Millions of Sudanese still wait for their stories to end with hope. That hope begins with you. Find out how you can help at helpcrs.org/Darfur.
There's a place where a total stranger will give their blood to save your life. There's a place where someone you never knew will save your child from drowning. A place where people will give you food and shelter after a flood. There's a place where, when you need it most, someone will reach out their hand, put it across your shoulder and say, "Everything's going to be okay." That place is called America, where we look out for each other. And it's up to us to keep it that way. When you help the American Red Cross, you help America.
Welcome back. I'm Laura Roberts with this week's Health Report. Is Twitter a hazard to your health? Well, scientists have discovered that social networking sites with rapid-fire updating technology may be an area for concern. The streams of information are posted too fast for the brain to digest the anguish and suffering of a story. The moral compass of the brain begins to wear from all the rapid messages. This process can severely harm young people's emotional development. Twitter allows users to swap messages and links of 140 characters or less. Reps for Twitter say that it is a solution for information overload, not the cause of it. Are you looking for more heart-healthy foods? Well, Mediterranean may be the way to go. In a recent study, experts found that to improve cardiovascular health, foods found in the Mediterranean diet top that list of do's. This diet includes foods rich in vegetable, nuts, whole grains, fish, and olive oils. Foods that are question marked on the list are meat, eggs, milk, and any other foods that are uncertain if they are bad for the heart or not. Do you want to keep your beautiful smile? Well, you might have to put down that energy drink. Although sports drinks rehydrate you after you exercise, it is recently found that they can wreak havoc on your teeth. The sugars and acidic components and additives have been found to erode tooth enamel and dental tissue around the gums. The weakening of the gums also opens the door for bacterial infections and other oral diseases. Well, that's all I have for your health this week. Now over to Jason Metzi with your dose of entertainment.
Hey, thanks, Laura. I'm Jason Metzi with your entertainment straight from Hollywood. Let's take all you High School Musical fans out there, guess what? Zac Efron is back, and that's right, he's back and better than before. He's starring in a Hollywood picture film, 17 again. Zac plays a 17-year-old high school boy that has transformed from his 35-year-old dad's body into a 17-year-old body. He gets to see what his children are doing and the triumphs they have throughout the day. But better yet, he begins to understand his teenage children. It's a fast-moving film with a love story, fighting, and it shows you how your parents can relate to their children. This exciting movie comes out April 17th. No pun intended. In other TV glam, Dancing with the Stars is still jumping and jiving another week, but for MTV star Steve-O, his dancing trip was over. This week was filled with sexy mambo and jump and thrive and jive. It was lively and sultry, but Steve-O just wasn't enough, and he was booted off. Kate and Owen are on or off. Who knows? We don't even know. Should we congratulate them or give them their condolences on their relationship ending? Owen wants so much more from the relationship. But who would thought? Marriage, children, a house together? But Kate is just not ready to settle down yet. Well, now on to the box office. Top box office. In the 5th spot is The Knowing. Coming 4th is Observe and Report. And in the 3rd spot is Monster vs. Alien, a great children's film. Coming in 2nd, an action-packed film, Fast and the Furious, starring that hunk Vin Diesel. And coming in place, which is not surprised last, is the new movie by Hannah Montana. Well, that's all I have for this week. We'll have more coming right after this break.
Congratulations on the promotion.
I hope you're saving the extra money.
You gotta put it in stocks.
If you want to get ahead.
No, buns.
And CDs.
Way to go. Better balance.
Stick it under the mattress.
Getting plenty of advice, but not enough facts? Visit saveandinvest.org. No confusing advice, no sales pitch. Just unbiased information and tools to help you manage your money with confidence. Saveandinvest.org.
Is she thirsty or diabetic? Is he tired or arthritic? Subtle behavioral changes can be early signs of disease in pets. These changes are often less obvious in cats, which can be better than dogs at hiding illness. But a wellness exam from your veterinarian twice a year can help detect, treat, or prevent many health problems before they become serious. So call your veterinarian and schedule your pet's wellness exam today.
1,200 American youth run away from their homes every day. The National Runaway Switchboard is here to help. 1-800-RUNAWAY. If you are a runaway, thinking about running away from home, or a parent or guardian concerned about issues facing your child, call us 24 hours a day. 1-800-RUNAWAY. In times of crisis, hope is just a phone call away. 1-800-RUNAWAY.
Billions of dollars have been spent on cancer research. Now doctors have a way to help prevent cancer and improve survival. It also protects against heart disease and diabetes without a prescription. Fruits, vegetables, beans, grains, and other high-fiber vegetarian foods can help reduce the risk of certain cancers and may improve survival. For a free booklet, call 866-906-WELL.
An upcoming event, Greek Week, is finally here. The Greek community will be battling each other over the next week in the annual Greek Week competition. This year's theme is Legends of the Hidden Temples. Events begin tonight with Battle of the Sexes. Tomorrow, the Greek Olympics begin and will take place from 3 to 11 p.m. in the Rec Center.
Do you love hoodies? Well, SpringFest 2009 Hooded Sweatshirt promotion is telling you to come into the Ashland University bookstore April 18th through April 25th and play a game of cornhole for an opportunity to receive a 15, 20, 25, or 30% discount off of a hooded sweatshirt of your choice. Promotion excludes sale merchandise and tee-hoodie combo.
And do you want to meet a fitness model? Well, you're in luck. Fitness model Amber Elizabeth has graced the pages of popular magazines, including Oxygen, Runner's World and Muscle, and Fitness, and now she's coming to AU. Join Papao as Amber Elizabeth chats about stereotypes, body image, and representing truth in the demanding world of fitness modeling. Tonight at 7:30 p.m., located in the Runk Lecture Hall in Schar College of Education. The event is free to the AU community. Photographs and autographs will be permitted.
And ladies and gentlemen, you don't want to miss this excuse to get dressed up when BSU presents their annual Ebony Ball. It's a lock and key affair, which means the first 50 ladies will receive locks and the first 50 guys will receive keys. And once you figure out whose heart you unlock, you receive prizes. Prizes will also be given out to the cutest couple, best dressed, and best dance-off. The dance is Friday at 9 p.m. located in Upper Combo. The event is free and open to all AU students, so be sure to check it out.
So what is everyone doing this weekend?
Well, I'm going to tell you, I might check out that fitness model tonight. And then this weekend, of course, I'm going to be training and participating in Greek Week. You know, getting myself prepared mentally and physically.
Training, huh? That sounds intense.
I think the consensus is going to be Greek Week all weekend. I'll be running most of the events. Panho. Yeah, I'll be hitting up the Greek Week events and supporting the Greek community.
And that's what we get for having a TV2 news crew that is all Greek. Well, that about covers it for Ashland 2 Night News. Thank you so much for joining in.
And we'd just like to thank our TV2 crew for all their hard work. And don't forget to tune in next Thursday at 4:30 for more news coverage.
Good night, everyone.
Good night.